Hey guys, welcome to Muscle Memory. My name's Malcolm, and today I'm talking to the brand new NWA Worlds Heavyweight Champion, EC3. How are you?
I'm great. I did legs today though, and I tried to squat with the belt on. It was not efficient as a support mechanism. Not good.
How much are you squatting?
Oh, well, I did the pit shark squat, okay, because my joints hurt. But I don't know. I had four wheels on each side.
Oh,
But
Lord.
I mean, yeah, it's not a real squat because I got the deals and things, and it's repped out. But I go volume over weight sometimes. So
I mean, that's pretty impressive. I mean, did you do it like holding the title around your waist or like a weight
uh,
down?
just wrapped it on. But with the pit shark, you need the kind of waist wrap too to like click in the bottom. And then there was just like wires and leather and grinding on my package. It was a mess.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you had a great workout personally, but I mean, like you got the title with you now, the brand new NWA World Heavyweight Champion, won an NWA 75 against Tyrus in that bull rope match. How's it feel to like be the champion and also retire Tyrus all in the same moment?
I mean, that's great. No, like Tyrus, I came up with through FCW. Tyrus was with me. Like we were together on the god awful iration of NXT season 4. You know, he was my heavy, my bodyguard, my confidant, my soulmate in Impact. He helped me win a world title. He also helped me lose one, kind of classic Tyrus, but we've battled and we've been friends for so long. And he's opened up his platform with his news career, love it or hate it. Like he has a podcast that's hundreds of thousands of listeners that I get to be a part of. We are very like-minded. We are cut from that same cloth of FCW, Dusty Rose training, hard times, grinding it out, Dr. Tom in the ring tutelage. To be in his last match, to be the one that gave him what I call a perfect ending, it felt cathartic in a way because it can only be me to do that and to become the champion in the process. Like he did a great service with the title, carried the flag for a long time, had it on national news in front of millions of people every day. That as we go forward into a new generation, a new era, the over era of NWA, myself holding this is it's the right move and it feels good.
Amazing, amazing. And like when the referee counted 1, 2, 3, what is like the first emotion that came to you? Like the minute you realize you are the champion.
He didn't because I made him tap out.
That's true. Sorry. Well, when
Okay,
you found out you first won the title, what was like that first emotion?
I didn't see it. It's like you go in with the confidence you're expecting to win. And so is it a surprise you win? In a sense, no. But it's a surprise of how it makes you feel. And it was more so after it happened, the realization of all the things that I went through to get to that moment kind of had a big flashback through me. And you could kind of see it in the celebration. Like there's like yeah, I won. I'm a, fucking badass. Look out, to the moment where it's handed to me and I kind of like take it all in. And I'm like, dude, the shit I had to go through to get here was kind of surreal. So I mean, I just sat down, I kneeled and I talked to her. I told her all about that story, and then I raised it high over my head. Said some very private words to Tyrus on my way out, and a la Bray Wyatt, I kissed him on the forehead because that was our homage to him. Because neither of us can do the thing where we go backwards. So, but, no, like self-actualization is the term I like to use. And in that moment, I became who I wanted to be. If that makes sense.
Definitely. I mean, like now you're like a 2-time world champion. I mean, you've been the TNA or even another 3-time world champion, I should say. You've been the TNA champion. What's like the difference between EC3, the TNA world champion, versus EC3, the NWA world champion?
He Each title win had different kind of vibes to it. The first one being it was kind of like personally proving to myself that I belong within this sport on this level in this realm and proving the naysayers wrong. The second time I won, it really felt like a business. Like I had to win for business, and that kind of took the heart out of it. The third time was more spiritual, I would guess I would say. It was more cathartic in a sense of like a life's journey realized, especially in the past couple years, with all the bullshit I've been put through. some self-inflicted, a lot of it not, a lot of it based on complete lies and gibberish. But going through that, coming out on the other side with bad relationships and bad friends and bad injuries and staying the course the entire way. Like the only constant I had was wrestling, working my way towards this to get to that moment. And to know now that the EC3 in the past he was a pup. He was coming up. He wasn't even yet a man. Where now I'm a leader that is a necessary, integral part to take not only this company but this industry into the future. And it's what I was born to do. So that's kind of the difference.
Definitely. And the NWA currently is having like some production upgrades from what it looks like online. Can you talk about like what's the NWA doing different from like the previous like I guess viewpoint of like what fans can see with NWA? Like how's this era now, especially you as champion, different from previous?
I think the production bells and whistles and things are cool. Like it looks good, set looks good. What I think is the overall performance and the nature of the product. I think what I saw when we filmed 75, those were two very good shows that the company should be very proud of. I know I'm proud of the company for having them. And then moving on to doing television, yeah, the production's upgraded, but I don't look at things in the superficial. I look at things from the emotive and from the heart.
Sure.
And the way people creatively constructed their own self within cutting promos to the audience, to the way they can take and make 4, 5, 6, 8 minute matches good to great if they're done with intent and physicality and realism, as opposed to what we see a lot on television now, which is like phony looking bullshit. Like that we don't need 15 false finishes in a 6 minute match to be good. You need a clearly defined winner. The theory I have that I've been kind of trying to preach to the locker room is like, you can get over or you can go over, like, but the perfect match is when somebody goes over and the other person gets over. And I saw a lot of that over time, where the end result, the win or the loss, isn't as important as the story that's told, setting up what happens to that person in the future if they can capitalize on it and run with it.
Definitely. And to talk about like some future opponents for you, because obviously you got to defend that title at some point.
Yeah.
I recently talked to Matt Cardona, and he said that that title around your shoulder right now is, still his, because he actually never had to lost the title. What's your thoughts on Matt Cardona's comments on top of other people you want to face for that championship?
Rip Matt Cardona's stupid throat out. I will beat him to death with one of his many various who gives a shit titles. I will punish him and brutalize him and make his cats not even recognize him. But he's a great talent. I love what he does. I think he's one of the kings of he's indie god, allegedly. There's only one god, okay, he's up there, but he's an independent lowercase god, sure. He causes a stir, he creates attention, he wears a nice blue jacket. He's at the peak of his game and the peak of his creativity. I think Matt Cardona versus myself would be an apex swing and D matchup that would be very, 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 very engaging for fans and myself alike. Another guy I'm gonna look at is Tom Latimer. He's one of the top thoroughbreds in wrestling. I think he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, and I've beaten him, but he's the TV champion. He's probably going to want to shout at this and he's going to want to cash it in. And I understand that. And I've been talking shit to him for a year. So that was kind of the point. So I'm sure he'll be coming forward. And I welcome that challenge, because I think a guy like that, nobody knows how good he is. I can talk about it, or we can be on a platform that shows it. And that probably will happen too. And short of that, I mean, there's a bunch of thoroughbreds, big boys in that locker room. I could see Murdoch getting back in the hunt. I could see Knox, career resurgent. I could see a lot of challengers that are not necessarily full-time on the NWA roster too. So I will defend this title against anybody, to be fair. I am going to announce, hopefully as soon as I get the image back, the EC3 presents the Overman World Title World Tour, where I will take this championship and I will defend it on your whatever, your podunk shindy, sure. Your mega cool, awesome international show, sure. Our NWA show, you bet. Your television product, yeah, I'll do it there too. The world title, world tour will go on as scheduled, and that'll be cool.
Is there like one place you haven't wrestled before that you're looking to wrestle?
I'd love to go to South America.
Oh wow.
This
What
is
part?
a thing for Colombian women. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
anywhere. Argentina too. Wow. Maybe why not Brazil? Oh yeah, Brazil. I should make a loop. You know what? Yeah.
There's a loop. Okay.
Represents the world title, South America World Tour. That sounds good.
Sounds good. That sounds impressive. Sounds impressive. As we start to wrap this up, I want to talk about like previous NWA champions. In your opinion, outside of like the obvious names like a Harley Race and Ric Flair and whatnot, out of like the recent NWA champions, who would you say has been like some of the best, as in like a Mount Rushmore of recent NWA World Champions?
How recent are we looking?
Let's look like last like 15 years.
15. Well, I mean, what Aldis did with the creation of the company and the 10 pounds of gold, series, I think like he really set the tone for his version of what a champion should be, but like the classic wrestling professional champion. So I think he did good. You can't negate what Tyrus did, bringing this title onto main stages all over the world.
For sure.
In front of audiences that didn't even know wrestling existed. I think I like to say Murdoch because I just something about a big barrel-chested bruising dude who beats the shit out of people infatuates me as long as it's not me. Where are we at out of fourth? I guess Cardona, but did he even hold it long enough to really classify as a Mount Rushmore?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is Jerry Lynn ever an NWA champion?
I don't know. Maybe. I know like Colt Cabana was a champion.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. So was Adam Pearce.
For sure. Adam Pearce.
There we go.
Politic for a job, Adam. I'm good.
For sure, for sure. And I guess like my last question for you is EC3. If people have never watched like a current day like EC3 match in NWA, what can they expect out of your matches going forward?
Like, I don't care about wrestling matches anymore. I care about performing and enacting Greek tragedies, which I think is what that match with Tyrus was. If you wanted to go out there and hold for hold, catch as catch can wrestling match with Tyrus, you're an idiot. Like, why would you want to see that? What I want to do is perform an absolute massacre that had heart and story behind it. And I think whether it's 4 minutes, whether it's 30 minutes, what I will always do within my work and my matches is tell a story that is conducive to where we are, where we're going, and where I want to be. So there'll be some things, very trivial Easter eggs and things of that nature that I do a lot of callbacks to. But I'm into storytelling from a very physical, violent perspective. That's a good point.
Yeah, that was good. I like that a lot. EC3, thank you so much for your time. Guys, you can watch EC3 on NWA Power. That's me on their YouTube channel and Fight TV. Where can they follow you on social media if they're not already following you?
At The Real EC3, I just started tweeting again because it's called X now. So I'm like, all right, fine, I'm back. Instagram, for some reason, I can't log into my Facebook, so I'm trying to get that, but all those are at The Real EC3. You can follow Control Your Narrative on Instagram to follow our Control Your Narrative Co-op, training ground for the aspiring professional wrestler. You can follow at Exo Pro Wrestling for the promotion that is based out of the CYN Cooperative. We had one show in Cleveland. It was super successful. On 10/7, we're coming back to Cleveland for another. It's not an indie, man. I'm making something special within the people we have. And my insane or super smart creative will be showcased thoroughly.
Well, that sounds amazing. I might have to come out to that show. Sounds great.
I'll have you.
Yeah, I might have to. Seems interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the NWA will be running pay-per-view 10/28, also in Cleveland, Ohio, which is my hometown. So be on the lookout for information with that. I do not know who my opponent is. I have a good idea, though. But 10/28, the NWA will return to pay-per-view, and that'll also be on Fight TV, but live in Cleveland, Ohio. So that one you should definitely come to because I need to draw a good house. I'm the champion.
Of course. No, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will, easily. But EC3, thank you so much for your time. Guys, this is Muscle Memory. My name's Malcolm, and we're out.
Going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.